Hi everyone, my name's Nikki and welcome back. So today we'll be doing a stationery haul for college stationery supplies, bullet journaling and other arty things. If you have seen my bullet journals, you may recognize some of the items that I've got here. So without further ado, let's cut this long intro short and just jump right into it. I'll begin by showing you my new bullet journals for 2019, almost at 2018 now. And these are some bullet journals by Lemome. I had to order them online from the USA and they arrived. I absolutely love them, and since I've been currently using some paper chase ones just to get me started, I've been really looking forward to getting a good quality bullet journal with really nice paper. So this is basically, I think it's called Nubook, that's the material it's made of, and it is softback, but it feels so good and really high quality. Also, the paper is absolutely amazing. It's quite thick, not as thick as card, and it's also a light cream colour, and I really like the colour of all the bullet dots, and I just think it's going to be so fun to use, especially since with my current bullet journal from Paper Chase I find that lots of pens tend to bleed through, but since this paper is quite thick I don't think I'll have that problem, and I absolutely love it and can't wait to start using it. The design is quite simple, it doesn't have any extra pockets, it does have a section for you to write your name at the front and also has a nice little page marker. I wanted to go for something simple but would be very useful. As always, I will be listing and linking everything that I show and that I can find in the description down below, so if you're interested or want to check out things such as prices if I can't remember them, you can find them all easily. The next thing is something I've been really looking for and looking into a lot. When it comes to bullet journal stationery supplies, I don't always want to go for like Tombow brush pens. I want a good alternative that's also easy to use, especially for me, since I'm not that good at calligraphy, but I'm also trying to practice and really improve my method. So I looked into it and lots of people recommended Crayola super tips. So I managed to find this pack of 50. I hear you can get packs of 100, but I couldn't find any. This one was around 10 or 12 pounds, I can't remember, but it will be linked in the description down below for you. And it has such a wide range of colors. You can just see one layer, but here at the back you can see all of the variation. It goes from all these reds to yellows, greens, blues, pinks, purples, and even like neutral colors like browns and grays. It's incredibly great if you're looking at starting bullet journaling and you want to build up a basis for all of these different colors you can add in. And I tend to find that my bullet journals are quite monochromatic, so being able to add that little splash of color and having all of these different tones that I can use will really help me up my game and improve my journals, being able to experiment with different colors. I also found I did test out a few. The tip is very easy to do calligraphy with, and I've been enjoying using them so far and just practicing, so I definitely recommend, by the way. And next, some supplies I cannot live without are these unpin Fineliners, and I have two packs. They're very similar, but I'll talk about this one. If you've seen my January bullet journal spread, you'll notice I used some different grey tones, and this is a pack that I got. It's got a pen in 0.1mm and 0.5mm thickness, and also a brush pen. And I use this, and I find that using all these different tones can really add an element of depth into your art, and also it really helped me be able to create the effect of the trees disappearing off into the distance and in the mist, just so something could be placed further back or further front. And I really enjoyed working with these. So I also found this little pack, and the only difference is it also contains a different color. So these here have light grey, dark grey and black with the brush pen. These also have the light grey and dark grey, but they also have a colour called sepia, which is this lovely brown colour, and also they have a black pen in 0.03mm, which I do not have, so I thought I might as well get these. And I use unipin Fineliners so often in my note taking. Also when I do my bullet journals I use these to draw with, and I've got a huge pencil case filled to the brim with them. So if you're wondering what kind of supplies I tend to use, especially if you're a beginner and all this arty stuff, then I definitely recommend getting some good neutral colour Fineliners. I got these for around £10 from the range, and I really love using them. I also got some brush pens from Unipin. Ooh, sorry Lottie, my dog's down here and it just fell on her head. I'm sorry Lottie. Ever since I got this pack, I didn't notice it had a brush pen in it, but once I started using it, I realized how actually easy it was to do this sort of calligraphy and really nice drawing writing and all of this aesthetic title stuff. I managed to improve a lot on my technique, and even though I'm still not the best, I'm making good progress, and I felt that just the style of the pen, the tip is quite stiff and small, so it was just really easy to manipulate and be able to do that nice neat calligraphy, and I decided to get two more because I can't get enough of them. I noticed that there's a really strong black and white theme in this haul, but unintentionally I got these two empty washi tape rolls and, ooh, Lottie, and they're 15mm by 10m, one roll. 10m? Yeah, that seems about right. So anyway, it was very difficult to actually find black washi tape and I looked everywhere, but I found these in Ryman's in York. So my idea is that you can use a little bit of this black washi tape and then write over it in a white pen. I've been noticing a lot of people incorporating that sort of style into their bullet journal. For example, Amanda Rach Lee, I always watch her videos, and in her New Year bullet journal in January, she started doing that where she would like use a marker to make a black block and then write over it in white. And I think that looks really, really cool, so I decided I'd try it out. So I got these two washi tapes to add to my collection. I'm so sorry if you can hear my dog in the background. She always just walks around and has a lot to say. But anyway, speaking of the writing in white pen on the white background, I managed to find these two calligraphy pens in white. The size is medium. So these basically have a flat tip and it's quite angular, so you can do italic or gothic style writing, but to be honest you can use these in any way you want. And it's got really good permanent white ink, 2.5mm thick, and yeah, they're quite good. I've used these before and they're very interesting. Right now I'm just trying to build up my collection of different types of stationery, be able to use them and figure out what works best for me and my sort of bullet journaling and art style. So yeah, it's quite fun and definitely would recommend to just play around with different things, practice, and then eventually you'll figure out what's right for you. And these pens were from Hobbycraft. I also picked up this pack of Tombow brush pens, and I currently only have one Tombow brush pen in black, but anyway, this pen pack includes black, a dark grey, a lighter grey, a warm light grey, and this colour is a very pale grey that's almost white. Then it has a blending brush. These pens have the brush tip and then like a fine nib at the other end, and they're very interesting to use. As I say in my bullet journal spreads, everything is quite monochromatic and I love using neutral tones, as I think you can use them in so many different ways. And to be honest, a lot of people say they tend to use a lot of blacks and greys in their bullet journals, so it's very good to have a nice selection of different types of pens you can use for that. And I had a go with these, and basically what you need to do, you can get some sort of palette and then scribble with one of these pens and use that blending brush to just take up a little bit of that ink, and then you can use it and it'll look like a watercolor effect. So you can really adjust the tone and style of the pen, and it can look completely different depending on how much you use it, or for example how much you start to blend it, and then eventually with use it'll start to fade out. It looks very beautiful and it's so great to play around with. You can also get these in some pastel colours, but of course I went for these neutral tones. It gives you almost like an ombre effect, very watercolour vibe, and I think it's very beautiful. Very good, and I'm so excited to start using them. And for some final things I'm going to show you, I got some stamp sets. I also use this in my January bullet journal, so of course I have already used it, but would you believe this? This is from Poundland and it was amazing find. My mum actually found it for me and got herself a pack as well. So it's basically got all of the letters of the alphabet and a little ink pad here, and you can stamp any word, any phrase, and I've been using it a lot. The effect is amazing and looks just like a vintage typewriter, and I love the aesthetic and the whole theme to do with that. And to go with my letter stamps, I also kept an eye out for some numbers and other things like that to use. So I found this little stamp set from Hobbycraft, and it's called a number stamp, number 0 to 9 and more typewriter letters. So the actual font is very similar and practically identical to this, and it basically includes all of the numbers from 1 to 9 and then 0 of course, then lots of other symbols like a love heart, an @ symbol, percentage, even a hyphen. So it's very useful, and I will definitely be using this as well, because one thing I had to do with my January bullet journal spread was to actually hand draw in all the letters, and I think using an actual stamp would have made it a bit more cohesive. But anyway, this will be very useful. It was from Hobbycraft, and I think that it was a great find to actually pair these together. And that's it for all of my stationery, apart from a couple more things. I picked up a few boxes from Home Bargains, and they basically look like this. They're very simplistic, but it's just a really great way to store different types of like paperwork, any extra papers, or even stationery. All this I've been keeping in here just for the time being and for safekeeping. It's quite spacious, nothing much else I can say. It wasn't too expensive, and always very useful to have good storage. And to finish off, I have a couple of things that I'd also like to show you. One of them was sent to me, well, both of them were actually sent to me as gifts But first I'll talk about this calendar that I received. This first gift was from a company called Hamide, and it is a 2019 monthly calendar called Planning Dreams and Some Errands. The whole idea around this calendar is about New Year's resolutions, being able to set yourself tasks and all these different dreams and ambitions that you can actually work towards throughout the month, and it enables you each month to have that fresh start that you need, and it provides you with a space to be able to evaluate your month and evaluate your time, so you'll never lose track of time and you're always doing exactly what you need to be doing. I find that that is something that I really need, and something that also reminds me quite a lot of bullet journaling, because I always set myself a little goal space at the beginning of each month. So this is what it looks like, and it's very minimal, so there aren't many distractions here, and it enables you to say, what do I expect from this month? What do you want to do? What do you want to be able to achieve? Then there's a space for like an evaluation of the month at the end. How was it? So you can write little notes as well, and just a little commentary. And I love how it basically splits everything up week by week and allows you a space for your own creativity, and also for you to just take charge and put everything you need in here. And it also contains the lunar cycle, as you can see there and there. It's very useful, and I have had this up on my wall. The time I'm filming this, it is December, and I can't wait to begin using this in 2019. I absolutely love it. It's very minimal and just basically allows you a creative space of your own. If you do like this sort of stuff, then I will leave a link in the description below for you guys to follow up, so you can check out other products of theirs. And the next thing, I'll say the word Javapen, and if you've been following me for a few months, you might be familiar with it. I did a review of some of their products, and in my bullet journals I tend to use their multicolor highlighters and their pens a lot. So they did send me a gift for the new year just to wish me a happy 2019, and it was a surprise. I wasn't expecting it, and it actually arrived on my birthday, which was again brilliant timing and another brilliant surprise. So they sent me some pens that you guys might be familiar with. These are the Javapen smear-proof pens in 0.7mm, so they're a bit thicker than the ones I originally had, in black, blue and red. I use black and blue a lot, and the black especially in my bullet journal. I use it all the time, and my two pens had actually recently run out, so again, perfect timing. And the red is a new one that I haven't had before, but in school we use red pen to correct our work, so this will also go to really good use. And Javapen also sent me some new products that are coming out very soon, or should be out around this time, and these are the Neon Gel Multi Pens. So this one has 5 different pens, and these two have 3 different pen colors in here. So I'll talk about this one first. So in here there are 5 neon colors. There's a yellow, a bright pink, purple, blue and orange. So you can write with all of these different colors, and that's absolutely brilliant because I love to take bright notes and have all of these different colors to work with. Also, especially with the spring and summer months coming up, I like to incorporate them into my bullet journals and just have fun with different colors and be able to color coordinate all of my different work. They're really brilliant and handy for school notes. I love to have all of these multicolored pens because you basically, instead of having to carry around 5 different pens, you can just carry around one and have all of these bright colors that can match your highlighters, which I love to do personally. And then also these have 3 different colors, so you can get 2 different versions. This first version has neon yellow, blue and pink, and the second version has neon orange, green and purple. So a really nice variation of colors, but you can also get a refill pen in here as well. So this one comes with a purple refill, so once one of these runs out, or for example if you want to switch up one of the colors, you can. And this one comes with a yellow refill, so they'll come with a refill that comes on the opposite pen, and I think it's pretty awesome. I definitely love to use these, and I am trying to find ways of incorporating them into my future work. So all in all, I think that's pretty awesome, but also they sent me a couple other things. I do want to say a really big thank you to everyone at Hamide and also Javapen and Zafiro for sending me these lovely gifts. I really appreciate it so much. Another thing I'd like to add in here is I ran a few polls on my videos, and you guys have voted quite heavily that you would like to see a bullet journal and study Instagram page. So I have opened one up, and I am just preparing it and doing some finalization on that. So you can expect that to be up soon. All links will be in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, then that's what this is for. And anyway, if you'd like to see more from me, then you can subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications to when I post new videos. I am starting to do premieres on my channel, so you can get that early, get those first comments and talk to me in person. And yeah, I really enjoy doing this sort of stuff. I hope to see you guys soon, and I will see you next week. Bye!